This is radio mic. Hare Krishna. So, thank you for coming to the class. So everyone knows the words to this song, I guess. Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Balava Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Balava Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Balava Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Balava Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana yamunatiravanachari yamunatiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Virivakacharya Starasi Shamad His Divine Grace Sri Lesa Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Virivakacharya Starasi Shamad Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Srila Thakur Bhakti Vinoda Ki Jai Srila Gokishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Srila Jagannath Das Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Guru Parampara Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Go Premananda Hari Hari Bo. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. All together, please. Om Jnana-timirandasya Ganandana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Didati Swapatantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Ukta Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Prijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padang Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karana Sindhu Tina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapcha Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhana Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitānāṁ Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So thank you very much. Today's class, chapter 10, The Opulence of the Absolute, Bhagavad Gita, text number 30. So, please repeat. Prahlādaś, cāsmi, daityānāṁ, kālaḥ, kalayatām, aham, mṛgāṇāṁ, mṛgendro, vainateyaś, pakṣiṇām, prahlādaś asmi daityānām, kalayatām, mṛgāṇāṁ mṛgendro, vainateyaś pakṣiṇām, prahlādaś cāsmi daityānām, kalayat kalayatām aham, mṛgāṇāṁ mṛgendro, vainateyaś pakṣiṇām, prahlādaś cāsmi daityānām, kalayat kalayatām aham, mṛgāṇāṁ mṛgendro, vainateyaś pakṣiṇām. Okay, go ahead. Prahlādaś asmi daityānām, kalayatām aham, mṛgāṇāṁ mṛgendro, vainateyaś pakṣiṇām, prahlādaś cāsmi daityānām, tatmatam aham, mṛgāṇāṁ mṛgendro, vainateyaś pakṣiṇām, cāsmi daityānām, kalayatām aham, mṛgāṇāṁ mṛgendro, vainateyaś pakṣiṇām. Okay, Matajis or Vaishnavis. Prahlādaś cāsmi daityānām, kalayatām aham, mṛgāṇāṁ mṛgendro, pakṣiṇām. Prahlādaś cāsmi daityānām, Okay, word for word, please repeat. Prahlādaḥ. Prahlāda. Daityānāṁ. Kālaḥ. Oh, sorry. Cha. Also. Asmi. I am. Daityānāṁ. Of the demons. Kālaḥ. Time. Kalayatām. Of subduers. Aham. I am. mṛgāṇāṁ. Of animals. Cha. And. mṛga-indraḥ. The lion. Aham. I am. vainateyaḥ. Garuḍa. Cha. Also. pakṣiṇām. Of birds. So, Krishna speaking. Of the Daitya demons, I am the devoted Prahlāda. Among subduers of time, among subduers I am time. Among beasts I am the lion. And among birds I am Garuḍa. Please repeat. Among the Daitya demons, I am the devoted Prahlāda. Among subduers, I am time. Amongst beasts, I am the lion. And among birds, I am Garuḍa. Purport. Srila Prabhupada. Diti and Aditi are two sisters. The sons of Aditi are called Ādityas, and the sons of Diti are called Daityas. All the Ādityas are devotees of the Lord, and all the Daityas are atheistic. Although Prahlāda was born in the family of the Daityas, he was a great devotee from his childhood. Because of his devotional service and godly nature, he is considered to be a representative of Krishna. There are many subduing principles, but time wears down all things in the material universe, and so represents Krishna. Of the many animals, the lion is the most powerful and ferocious. And of the million varieties of birds, Garuḍa, the bearer of Lord Vishnu, is the greatest. Makum karochi vācālam phangam laite girim yat kripatamaham vande Sri Gurun Dinatarinam. Prahlādaś cāsmi daityānām kālaḥ kalayatām aham mṛgāṇāṁ mṛgendro vainateyaś pakṣiṇām. Among the Daitya demons, I am the devoted Prahlāda. Among subduers, I am time. Among beasts, I am the lion. And among birds, I am Garuḍa. So here's Krishna giving opulent manifestations. Krishna is an antarupam. He has unlimited forms. He is the gold from which the bracelets are made. At the beginning of the creation, only the gold exists. Only Krishna exists before the creation of the material universes. Then they are manifested as bracelets, nose rings, gold chains are manifested from gold. And then, when the creation is over of these golden ornaments, they are all melted down and only the gold remains. So this material world is like that. Only before the manifestation, only Krishna is existing. Then he manifests in many varieties, and then when the material creation is withdrawn, only the gold, only the Krishna remains. And everybody else enters, all the spirit souls, they enter into the form of Mahavishnu, along with their karma. So, the secret of life is to know in this material world, it is a temporary place. It is not satisfactory because it is temporary. And it is a place of birth, death, old age and disease. It is a place of adidevic, adibodic, adhyatmic misery. It is never going to be satisfactory. It is a mixture of matter and spirit. So what is the solution? The solution is not to try and enjoy matter, it is to meditate upon spirit. Janmadhyashyata. Everything is coming from the absolute truth. Anandamoy vyasat. And if you meditate on the absolute truth, you will become full of ananda. You will become anandam buddhivadinam. Your spirituals, your swarup will manifest in relationship to the Supreme Lord. You will gain anand by realizing Krishna. And then you will realize your relationship with Krishna. Your spiritual form will come forth from the seed of your soul, like a plant, a tree, comes forth from a seed. And then you will be fit to reside within the spiritual world in ecstatic love. Instead of Satchidananda Vigraha, we're experiencing asat, temporary material situation, achit, we're in illusion, we don't know what is the correct understanding. Near anand, we're in tension. What we take as pleasure is a little agitation of the senses. And vigraha, we don't know what our swarup is. We don't know what our spiritual form is. We think this material body, it's the basis of illusion. Aham mameti, I'm this body, and things in relationship to this body, they are mine, and I should enjoy them. So, we should withdraw from that illusory pursuit. This is the message of the Vedas. This is the message of the Gita. And we should fix our consciousness, bhajatam pritipurvakam. Earlier, this is 10th chapter, aham sarvasya pravavo matak sarvam pravatati, eti matva bhajanti mam bhuta bhava samanvita. I am the source of material and spiritual worlds. Everything emanates from me, Krishna says. Material and spiritual. This, like I say, this is a mixture of matter and spirit. But we're trying to enjoy the matter, even though we're spiritual beings. Iti matva bhajanti mam bhuta bhava sama. Those that know this perfectly, they engage in my devotional service. Maksita matkata pran. They're always discussing me. They're always offering obeisances. They're meeting and discussing my qualities. And they're feeling great happiness and satisfaction. Tesham sadata yuktānām bhajatam pritipurvakam. And those that worship me with pritipurvakam, with devotional mood, what do I do? Tesham ivanukampatham aham agyana jamtama nasyami atmabhavasto jnana dīpena bhasvata. I, dwelling within their heart, out of compassion for them, dispel with the shining knowledge, lamp of knowledge, the darkness born of ignorance. Ignorance means to ignore reality. Krishna is that reality. He is the gold, he is the bracelets, the necklace, the rings. He is the manifestation. And when this material world is withdrawn, only he will remain as the gold. We will never possess the gold. Ravana, he couldn't touch Sita. He only had Maya's Sita anyway, we know from the Agni Puran. But what happened in the Ramayana? Before the battle, Vibhishan came to Ram. Ram also translates as spiritual pleasure, Anand. And he said, oh Ram, this Ravana, my brother, I can't I can't fight on his side. He's abominable. What he's doing to your good wife, Sita, is terrible. Please, I have come to surrender to you. So Ram embraced Bibhishana. And he said, Bibhishana, it is my promise that anyone that comes to me with sincerity and says, Krishna, Tamaraha, Ram, I belong to you, Ram, then I will accept him. And from that time, he will remain safe. Name bhakti pranashati. This is before another battle. So Bibhishan, he felt ecstatic love in the heart. Even though he was the brother of Ravana, a Daitya, terrible person, trying to enjoy the Lord's energy, Sita Devi, he was immediately accepted because of his sincerity. So this is bhajatam priti purvakam. Everything is Krishna. But the secret of life is to meditate upon the wonderful manifestations of Krishna. Bhajatam priti purvakam. By meditating on those wonderful manifestations, and the most important of all those aspects of Krishna is his kripa, like he gave to Bibhishan. Lord Rishabdev, in the 5th canto, he tells his sons, he said, for those whose aim is to escape this material world and go back to Godhead and live eternally in the pure spiritual creation, those persons, those devotees, should consider the mercy of the Supreme Lord as summum bonum of life. That is everything. If you want to go back to Godhead, if you want to get free of the material energy, you should consider how I can get the mercy of Krishna. He is Paramatma. He is Parameshwara. He is Brahman. He is Bhagavan. He is the Supreme Controller. How I can get his favor. Sevan mukhi hi jivado swayam eva spuriyada. Krishna, he manifests to those who have sevan mukhe, the attitude of service. Bhajatam priti purvakam. They have a loving attitude. They're not mechanically chanting Hare Krishna. They're not mechanically thinking, I put tilak, now I'll go back to Godhead. No, they are practicing bhakti. So like I say, this chapter, Krishna says everything is me. Everything is like Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam, right? Brahma says, I have all unlimited forms because every form is me. But Arjuna, meditate upon me in these opulences, because that will evoke a sense of awe, love, reverence. Oh, my Prabhu is so wonderful. Amongst the Daitya, Aditi, Diti, he is Prahlāda. How wonderful is Prahlāda? His father was who? He was the chief of the demons. But Prahlāda told him, I don't like what your teachers, Amarka and Yeah, I don't like what they're teaching. Friends and enemies, politics, divide and rule, divide and conquer. I don't like that. I like to see everyone as the devotee of Krishna. And I'm telling my classmates, when those teachers, so-called, are going out, chant Hare Krishna. And they're all enjoying chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. And then those teachers come back and they say, what are you doing? He said that in front of Hiranyakashipu, like a child, without guile. Did his father think, oh, what a brave son. He sticks up for his opinion. What a good leader he'll be. He's got moral strength. No, he went mad. You're not supposed to be a devotee. You're a Daitya. What is all this about bhakti? And that's where in the Bhagavatam, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archana, that's where it is. Those 9 processes of bhajan are there. That's what I'm interested in, Papa. So his father is going crazy. That is the demon. Like Kamsa, his mind was fixed on Krishna, but in fear. At the wedding, the voice, Akash, came. Oh, Kamsa, you're such a fool. You're taking your sister for the marriage, and the children will kill you. Immediately he was ready to kill his sister. He had social problems. Anyway, that was fear, but Hiranyakashipu was envy. So they're very strongly meditating upon Krishna, but in a negative way. But the devotee, he wants to meditate, oh my Prabhu, you're so wonderful. You accepted Bibhishan. You protected Arjuna. You protected Yudhisthira Maharaj. You're so kind. You protected Prahlāda, the greatest demon in the world. Now we have a few demons here and there. I don't know if you've noticed. But they are nothing. This guy had performed austerities to conquer the universe. He asked Lord Brahma, I want control. That's the demon. I want to be the Parameshwara over all the living entities. And I want to change. When you perform a good thing, you get a bad result. This is Satanism. And I want, when you perform a bad thing, you get a good result. Crazy. So that is a disturbance, right? He wanted that if you help an old lady across the road, then you'll get a toothache. He wants a bad result for doing good things. What a nasty person. But Prahlāda couldn't touch him. Uttara came running to Krishna. Oh, look at Ashvatthama. He wants to kill in Parikshit Maharaj. He became Parikshit because he became witness. Krishna entered the womb and protected Parikshit Maharaj from the arrow thrown by Ashvatthama. Couldn't do anything. Nami bhakti pranashati, Parikshit Maharaj. So, all these wonderful pastimes of the Supreme Lord, when the devotee reads them, he thinks, oh my beloved Lord, He is so kind. He gives shelter to all the devotees. He is wonderful. He protected Prahlāda. Among subduers I am time. Right, that will come later, right? I think it's 11:32. Yes. Kāsmi aham. When Arjuna, in the next chapter, Krishna will display the universal form. As we're saying, Krishna is everything. So Arjuna says, I want to understand, I want to see how you have entered into this universe. What is your Virat Rupa, your form, Ananta Rupa, your form as Paramatma, as this material creation. I want to see all that. Krishna says, okay, I'll give you divine eyes. And everything you can see in this form, you can see everything that is to happen in the future, everything that's happened in the past, everything that's happening here and there, just by your desire. That's what I'm going to show you, the Virat Rupa. So Arjuna, he didn't see the Ras Leela in the 10th canto. We see the Ras Leela. Krishna is dancing with the gopis. The demigods are showering flower. There's beautiful melodies. It's the evening. The sun, the moon is shining. The Jamuna is listening to the music and the joy of the Ras Leela. That is Krishna in the spiritual world. He's dancing with every devotee. But in the material world, he's dancing with everyone as the Virat Rupa. So Arjuna was terrified. He saw at many heads, all these, everything was being devoured by Krishna. So in shock, he said, "Oh Lord, what are you? What is this?" And Krishna answered, Sri Bhagavana Vacha, Kalosmi aham lokashaya krit pravidho lokan samahatum iha pravittaha rite pitvam na bhavishyanti sarve yeva vishtita pratikeshu yodha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, this is the Virat Rupa, time I am, the great destroyer of the worlds. That means the 14 lokas. I'm the destroyer. I am time. I destroy. Here we have it. Among subduers, I am time. I have come here to destroy all people, with the exception of you, the Pandavas. All soldiers here on both sides will be slain. So you might say, that's God? Yes. Everyone is slain, not just on the Kurukshetra battlefield. Everyone is slain. Most people don't live more than 100 years. If you come back to Earth, Bhumandala, in 100 years, just consider this. Every single person, with the exception of a few that are being born now and will live more than 100 years, every single person on the planet will have changed. You come back to Vrindavan, go down Loy Bazaar, in 100 years, everyone is still selling cloth, but everyone has changed. Everyone in America, South America, Australia, Europe, India, China, they say 7 billion. 7 billion humans that are on the planet now, they're all gone. And there's another crop The farmer, he digs the field, and then a new crop is born. So that is time. So Bhishma, 9th or 10th, 9th chapter of first canto, he says, he's on the bed of arrows, he says to Yudhisthira, how did all these things happen to you? We are all being carried by time through our life. We're being carried by time. So we're all being carried by time. And life sentence, every sentence has a full stop. So this body has a full stop. Not just on the battlefield, maybe in the hospital bed, maybe at home. Everyone will die. So Krishna is the subduer. Everyone is killed in time in the material world. Among beasts, I am the lion. So Prabhupada says the lion is most ferocious. Of course, the tiger, Bengal tiger, is a bit bigger than the lion, but the lion is a social animal. He has his pride. Lions have a pride. So Krishna says, I am the lion. Actually, in India, there is still lions, right? In the Rann of Kutch, there's still a few lions there. And among birds, I am Garuḍa. So Garuḍa, son of, vainateyaḥ, the sister was Kodru. They are the wives, two of the wives of Kashyapa Prajapati, Kashyapa is born from Marichi and born from Lord Daksha, Brahma. So there were two co-wives of Kashyapa, Vinata and Kodri. Kaju. So Kaju, she prayed for the benediction, may I have 1,000 children. These are Prajapatis, this is not on earth. And she gave birth to 1,000 eggs. And soon the Nagas were born, the race of the Nagas. So then the sister wife, not exactly sister, Vinata, she gave birth, she had 2 eggs. She prayed that one would be very glorious, they would be glorious. But she was disturbed seeing her co-wife enjoying with all her children, the Nagas. So they're not exactly Nagas or snakes, they are different quality of being. So she opened one egg. She was impatient, impulsive. That was Aruna. Aruna came out and entered the sky and became the chariot of Surya. So she said, oh, I better leave this one alone. Eventually, from that egg was born Garuḍa. And the few stories come along, but he asked for the benediction. He was the son of his mother. I want the Nagas as my food. Kaliya. So he started eating the Nagas, and there was a big fuss about that. But eventually they would send Garuḍa 1 Naga a day instead of him killing willy-nilly. And then eventually they made a yajna and they said, we will be satisfied with the fruit of the yajna. And Garuḍa said, okay. So all these stories are there in the Mahabharata Purana. And Garuḍa, many people think that the white horse, when Kalki comes at the Yuga Sandhya, at the end of Kali Yuga, that is Baladev. No, that is Garuḍa. Garuḍa takes the form of a horse, and Krishna takes the form of Kalki. At the end of Kali Yuga, 427,000 years approximately from now. People are like 3 foot, they're all midget. There are still devotees, and Vaishnavi is the mother of Garuḍa. The village is given in the Bhagavatam. It's in present. It's in present. Sambala, isn't it? It's in present day. Yeah, Madhya Pradesh. Yeah. So Vaishnavi is performing austerities to become the husband. Anyway, so there are still devotees, a line of devotees, waiting for waiting for Kalki to appear. So Kalki, it's not possible to go book on book distribution. He just thinks the best thing is to kill them all. So he mounts Garuḍa and he goes all over Bhumandala with these demoniac fallen beings, and he just kills them all. And being killed by the sword of Kalki, they become purified of their bad karma. And the sandalwood paste from his form falls down and purifies Bhumandala. And then Satya Yuga starts. Satya means the age of truth. People live 100,000 years in that yuga. We're 100 now, 1,000 in Dwarpa, 10,000 in Treta Yuga, and then 100,000 approximately in Satya Yuga. And in that time, there's one ashram. There's no Vana ashram. Everyone is Paramahansa, meditating upon the absolute truth in Satya Yuga. Now you just consider, there is only about 40 generations. Now everyone is living 100 years, 427,000 years more. That means there is about 4,320 generations of 100 years in Kali Yuga. But everyone lives 100,000 years. And that's 4 times Kali Yuga, 1,300,000. So that's about 120 generations of 100,000. Everyone is meditating on the absolute truth. The earth is purified. The atmosphere is more subtle. It is still Bhumandala, but there is, the consciousness is elevated. So Garuḍa is there. So, this is the philosophy that is proposed in the Vedas. Achincha Bed Abed. Right? In the Dashamula, there's 7 points in Sambandha Gyan. Hari Ishvara, Supreme Lord is Ishvara. Sarva Shaktimam, he's possessed of unlimited energies. Rasa Vaisaha, he has all the rasa expanded from his form. Then there is Jiva Angsa, then there's Jiva Bada, and there's Jiva Mukta. These are the 6 points. Number 7 is Achincha Beda Bed. That means that reality, the philosophy, the way to view the material creation is oneness and difference. So the way the philosophy that we adopt is the way we see the world. The communists, they see the world through their philosophy. Oh, there is the workers, and they are being exploited by the bourgeoisie, the business people, and the rich people. So evolutionary theory means that the workers will eventually own production and share everything in communal life, free of this God idea. So they pursue that. And then there's other people, man-made religions, tribal religions. If you don't accept our prophet, we will kill you because you are of the devil and we are of God. And then there's another tribal religion. Oh, we are chosen by God to rule over everyone. They are our servants. They are lesser than us. Friends and enemies. Huh? The philosophy of the teachers of Prahlāda. Friends and enemies, black and white, God and the devil. But achincha beda bed means achincha. Everything is one and different. So there is no second principle, God fighting the devil. Everything is one. Yet, what does it say in the Bhagavatam? Those that are knowers of the absolute truth know this non-dual substance as Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. It is one. And the material energy is one. Just like the sun, it emanates all this light, heat and energy. It is non-different from the sunshine. So Krishna has emanated the whole creation, material and spiritual, and he is non-different from it. But at the same time, there is variety, there is difference. So there's two types of variety. One is, Krishna is different from his creation. Vishnu Shakti Para Prokta Chaitra Gyakya Tata Para Avidya Karma Samgyanya Tirthaya Shakti Ishyate. The internal potency of the Supreme Vishnu is spiritual, as verified by the Shastra. There is another spiritual potency known as Kshetragya, or the living entity. The third potency, which is known as nescience, makes the living entity godless and fills him with fruitive activity. So Krishna is different from his creation. He is Janmadhyashyata. He's the source. So the sun is different from the sunlight. They are one. Krishna is non-different from his creation, but we can categorize Krishna as the source and the creation, material and spiritual, and the living entities as different from him. So this is the basic difference. Everything is one. It's all Krishna. But there's a basic difference, Krishna and his creation. And then there is difference within those categories. For example, in the material energy, it's non-different from Krishna. It's one with Krishna, but there's difference. There is earth, there is water, there's fire, there's ether, there's mind, there's the working senses, the knowledge gathering, there's variety, there's difference within the material creation. And then there is difference within Krishna. Krishna is one, non-dual, Bhagavatam, Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, but they are different, they're three. And then there is the expansions of Krishna, Baladev. Then there's the expansions, the Chatuvyuha. And then there is Shakti Tattva, the head of which is Radharani. And then there is all the Shaktis, the Astashakis. They're all different. One and different. And so this philosophy, when it is properly understood, is the way we can understand the world. All these material philosophies, they're all bogus, they're all nonsense, they're all nescience. For example, we are all one because we're all within this room. But we're different because we're in different places of this room. We're all one because we're spirit souls, but every spirit soul is an individual and has his own particular individual relationship with the Supreme. As human beings, we're one, but some are female-bodied human beings and some are male. So there's one and difference. We're all human beings, one. We're all one type, but some are old, some are middle-aged, some are young. One and different. Oh, there's many living entities. Some, we are one with the universe. But some living entities are in this room, and some differently are outside the room. Some living entities are one because they're all alive within a material body, but some living entities can fly, and some can't. Some can't fly, but they can swim under the water. So oneness and difference is the way we can see and understand the world. But nowadays in Kali Yuga, and this is the philosophy of the demons, everything is one. Right? Men and women, they're one. They're equal. They're the same. The professor and the student, they're one. Gender dysphoria. If you want to be a woman, then you're a woman. Right? This is going on, right? In America, they have men and they say, I'm a woman, so I'm going to compete in women's sports. Right? They do that. I'm winning. I'm a woman with a male body, but I'm getting the gold medal. Oneness, oneness, no difference between men and women. Huh? We don't have female soccer players in the Premier League. But maybe they'll try. They should take more testosterone. And then they can become as good as Messi. So this is the philosophy of the demons. Everything is one, right? Communism, atheism, religion is the opiate of the people. There is no God. We're all one. But, as George Orwell said, some people are more equal than others. The Russian oligarchy were living very nicely in the big, and all the people, communists, were trying to get a loaf of bread to last 1 week. Huh? So oneness is stressed by the demons. It's all one. It's all one energy. It's all consciousness. And I am conscious. Therefore, I am everything. I am God. Right? This is the idea of the demons. There's no difference. Therefore, I'm God. But I've got diabetes, so I have to go to the doctor. So this is the philosophy, the madness of the demons. Everything is one. There's no difference. We're all one. So everyone is the Prime Minister of India. We're all one. He's a man. He's a living entity. We're living entities. So we're all Prime Minister of India. If everyone is Prime Minister of India, then there is no Prime Minister. Prime means the first, the big one, right? So it's a way, oneness is a way of denying the difference between the Creator and his creation. Do you see the underlying idea? And then if you stress difference without reference to oneness, that is the atheist. There is hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, they're all different. There's no oneness. They don't have an origin. Modern science is 3 words. Nothing, bang, everything. There was nothing, there was a big bang, then there was everything. And 2 more words. They measure everything, and then they say, they interpret. This proves that there was nothing, then a bang, and everything. So you have nothing, bang, everything, measurement, interpretation, nothing, bang, everything, measurement, interpretation. But what do we say? No, we see, yes, there is everything, and we examine it, we measure it, and we say, what interpretation should we put on our result? It's intelligently designed. So we say, oh, there's everything. We interpret it by measurement. There's a designer, there's a God. But then the other people that are into oneness, they think there is everything, but it has come from my mind. I think, therefore I am. Well, why have you made such a difficult life? Huh? If you think you have created everything, why have you created things that you don't want, such as toothache, thieves and criminals? If everything has come from your mind, why have you created death? So you're interpreting in a very unsatisfactory way. If you've created everything, why have you created all these problems? So that is rejectable. The material science is rejectable. If you look at everything and you measure it, you can interpret. Oh, there's DNA. There is harmony. There is balance within the universe. There is design. Therefore, there is a supreme designer. So there's oneness and difference. So when we do smaranam, we can think first oneness. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. I am one with the universe, with the creation, but I am a singular part of the creation. Mama angsa jiva loke. So I'm one with Krishna, but I am vibhinangsa. I am separated part. Krishna has given me independent free will, oneness and difference. So we want to meditate on the source. So like I say in the class, Krishna is telling Arjuna here wonderful things to meditate upon, to evoke priti purvakam. When Arjuna sees the universal form, the Virat Rupa, he doesn't get priti purvakam, does he? He becomes terrified. So Arjuna is being told, worship all these wonderful things, and this will increase your bhakti, your meditation, and then you can attain me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, thank you all very much. Any question? Yes. Hmm? Well, that's one crazy philosopher. His idea was, the only thing I really know is I'm conscious. And therefore I'm existing by my consciousness.
But actually it's I am, therefore I can think.
Yeah, you can put it one way or the other. But but you see, the thing is, why are you thinking things that are problematic? You understand? You see, people, sometimes they take drugs and they go on the top of the building and they think, I think I can fly. But they find out they're not Garuḍa. But everything is the product of my mind. Why I can't fly? But I can die. They have a few seconds. When they're going down, they're thinking, so far so good, so far so good. So this idea, this is called solipsism in philosophy. You think and you're the creator, but no. It's a difficult philosophy, but the way it's defeated is, it's an interpretation of reality, and if you are reasonable, you can see that you are not creating the best situation. So it should be rejected. And then the Vedic philosophy should be taken, that we are a subordinate emanation from the Supreme Absolute Truth, Sri Krishna. So you can choose. You can choose. Just like the atheist, he can choose. Oh, I think everything has come from the void. Okay, you can choose that idea if you think. So we say everything has come from Krishna. We choose that idea. It's a matter of choice. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, those that are non-envious are able to see the absolute truth. Thank you all very much. See you next Friday.